Sounds like nonsense.
Nonsense.
Sounds like nonsense.
Now that sounds like nonsense.
That sounds like nonsense.
Sounds like nonsense.
You know what
to
that
me.
sounds like?
Sounds like
nonsense.
nonsense.
That sounds like
Sounds
nonsense.
like nonsense.
Sounds like
Is this what it's gonna sound like?
Sounds like nonsense.
Sounds like nonsense.
no.
Sounds like nonsense.
It's nonsensical.
And it sounds like this.
Yo.
What's up, dude?
Happy Sunday.
Hi,
Ooh,
Jeff.
boys feeling it today.
Meow.
What?
I had me a real heavy cigar.
Oh.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like didn't turn me green, but gave me a nice little rush. I'm feeling it today.
That's Courtney's jam right there. She's a cigar
So
smoker
happy
in our
Sunday.
house. Yeah. How's everyone doing?
So you're eating a cigar hangover.
No, he's in it.
Yeah.
You had it last night.
Or this. No, it was just like an hour ago.
Oh, I get it now. Okay, yeah.
My buddy who owns the cigar shop down in Santa Barbara Cigar and Tobacco, he's retiring. So they're having a big going away for him. And I called him and I smoked a cigar while he was driving in, told him how much I loved him.
Aw.
And now I'm a little buzzed.
Nice. Hey, everyone. We're the Sounds Like Nonsense podcast.
Yep.
Each week, what we're going to do is we're going to feature bands and artists you've probably never heard of. And hopefully, we're going to find some new music that we can really groove out on, man. Some new, cool.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah. I'm Jeb, your host. Over here on the number twos is Mr. Will Ridge.
Hi, everybody.
Nailed it this time. And this is Courtney, my wife, sitting on
Hello.
the couch looking pretty. It's our anniversary today.
Oh.
Last but not least, we got Jeff out in Raleigh.
Woo!
Like
Happy
I-
anniversary.
Yeah, thanks. 17 years, man.
Married.
Married. 22 years altogether.
That is fantastic.
I don't know how I put up with it, but here we are.
Okay.
Yeah. We had a nice little breakfast.
That is true.
Are you going to do anything for this evening?
We're going to do takeout from one of the steak places up here.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they got the killer.
Family deal.
Yeah, it's like chicken, steak, ribs, potatoes, rice,
Yeah.
The
chili.
soup.
Yeah, it's like all kinds of shit. And it's like $40.
No way.
Yeah.
Isn't it
it's
40
awesome.
for two?
It is.
It feeds four.
It feeds four, but it says it's for two people.
Wow.
Yeah, it's great, and it's 5 minutes. You don't have to pre-order or nothing. You just go up and grab it. They ask you basically it says how long you want your steak cooked.
That's it.
They have them there rare, and they're like, I think they're mostly cooked rare. You know what I mean? And so they can just fire it up a little bit for you, and boom.
That sounds
You're
like a
on your
plan.
way.
Were they
That
doing
sounds
this
good.
offer pre-COVID?
No,
Or is
they
it the
started.
COVID special?
They started during COVID,
Nice.
and so then they are open to people who want to come in, but they're still keeping it as a product for people who don't feel comfortable. So it's really nice.
Right? Yeah, and
That's cool.
Our bar opened up this week too on Monday.
And we just found out.
It just closed right now as of this recording.
Like
Yeah.
literally, like
I wonder if since they're trying to call it a restaurant now, if they'll actually be closed.
He said if they do this to us, we're done. Is what the owner said.
Really?
He said if they can't give me 6 months, I'm out. I can't
Damn.
do it.
That's crazy.
And the worst part is that they pay rent, and the landlords are still collecting rent. They
Right.
know that they're closed and have no money coming in.
They don't give a
and
shit.
They don't care.
Yeah, no,
Well,
that's
the landlords have to pay
mortgage.
for the property. Right.
Right.
They've got their mortgage to pay. So it's a pretty big ladder.
Well, I don't know. Some of those mortgages
up.
got deferred too. I wonder.
I'm not sure on commercial.
I don't know about that either.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Well, also, I mean, $15,000 a month.
Holy shit.
That's
Wow.
a lot of money
fucking
for a
money.
small town. We're not on a big state street. We're not in a metropolitan city.
No.
We're in a small little hick town, and the landlords live in Los Angeles, and they thought and could and do get 15 grand a month.
Yeah,
So
sure.
you think
it makes it's one of the only basically the only real bar in town.
what I'm saying about is that you wouldn't think that their mortgage would be anywhere near.
Well, it
Fuck
depends.
no, you
It
wouldn't.
depends on when they
I wonder what
bought.
that greasy spoon pays next door.
He's 8,
Wow.
Dang.
God damn, that's
I
so
know.
much for her breakfast joint.
and then the other one's 9.5
Wow.
for the dinner
Damn.
joint.
Will knows everything about the bar scene.
Born and
ladies
raised in
gentlemen.
a small town.
What happened with you out there in Raleigh this week? Anything stand out? Are you still quarantining?
Yeah, they were supposed to open things up potentially on Friday, like gyms, yoga, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it got shut down or pushed back on Thursday till I think July 17th. So 3 more weeks. Also in North Carolina news, they're the way they're combating, if I get this correct, combating to not wear a mask. They're using a law from the 60s that was in place that people couldn't wear masks, but that was more intended for the KKK. But now they're getting the benefits of this law because they don't want to wear a mask in 2020. So
Jesus.
That's ridiculous.
fuck you, North Carolina.
Yeah. Wow. And they're letting them do
We're
it
not
too.
Florida.
Oh,
Oh
shit.
boy, shots
God
fired.
damn it. I did it already.
I know. So easy, though. What about you, Mr. Will? Do you have anything happening this week that was cool?
That was cool.
Didn't you go on the pontoon again this week? Or was that last week?
I did go on the pontoon this week.
Yeah,
We caught one fish, and it was wonderful, and it was a beautiful day, and I'm very proud and lucky to live where I live.
Yeah, I went out there too this week and played some Frisbee golf.
But you went on the hot day.
I went on a really hot day. I hadn't been in months because of the fucking snakes and whatever. It doesn't matter. But yeah,
It's always
yeah, we went and played and it was super hot. It was good, nice workout. I lost, which fine. That's fine. I don't care. But yeah, no, it was pretty fun. What about you, Courtney?
Worked and yeah, I mean.
That was it?
That's pretty much it. I mean, besides our anniversary today.
Yeah, well, we did find this new app. I heard it on another podcast.
Oh, that's right.
Called Goldbelly. If you go to goldbelly.com, put in "sounds like nonsense," nothing will happen. But we did order from them.
Yet.
Yeah. So you can get like food from famous places. So we got some Chicago deep dish pizza.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I'm doing that for 4th of July.
Are you?
I ordered a whole bunch of Chicago pies.
Oh.
And I'm ordering New York pizza, and we're having it for 4th of July.
Nice.
Oh. So a little contest, a little.
Well, I don't know. I've never had either one, so I thought.
Right. I hadn't either. Not from Chicago, but they
have
ship
you had
it
it yet?
We had it last night.
What'd you think?
I thought it was small, like really small.
For the price.
For the price, it was $33 a pizza. And
For
it
a
was,
9-inch?
Must have been
yeah,
delicious.
It was really good.
It
Okay,
was
so
good.
it was really good.
It was
Something
good.
completely different. So I'm not mad at it, but
And I guess in Chicago, they put the cheese first, and then they put the tomatoes on top. So that was very interesting.
yeah, it was just
Interesting.
not sauce, just kind of smashed tomatoes.
Yeah. It
Oh
was-
no, I understand how a Chicago pie works. I'm
Oh.
just fascinated that you guys didn't know
I
about
had
it.
no
That's
idea.
like
No.
that's like me and key lime. I mean,
Right.
it's just,
Yeah.
Okay.
we all got our things that just
Totally.
there are pockets where we don't know.
Exactly.
It's called Gold Belly.
Goldbelly, yeah.
And we got brownies too from is it Killer Brownies or
Something like that, yeah.
Something. And so yeah, we were taste testing those this week. So yeah.
And they're more like fudge. They were really good. Super rich though. You couldn't
You
eat a
couldn't
whole
eat a whole
brownie.
one,
There's
no.
no way. But yeah, so we kind of did that for our
That was fun.
anniversary.
That was
knowing that
definitely
we would be in here today and
Yeah.
fucking around with you guys. So
Well, I'm glad.
on the food subject, our friend Todd that was in here, he folded our cereal box closed really weird.
Oh yeah, I have a picture of it.
You do?
I do, because I'd never seen anybody do that. Actually, I didn't even notice until Riley's like, "Have you seen what Todd did?" And I was like, "What?" He's like,
It
"Have
looks
you
like
ever
a
seen
paper sack, huh?
Yeah.
I saw that.
But it's like into itself.
yes, yeah.
I have no
Yeah.
idea how he did it, and
Well,
I was
it's-
like, "Fuck, that's genius."
It's supposed to be that way, I guess.
What?
Do you
Yeah.
invite people over for cereal on the regular?
Yeah. Yeah. Dude. Oh no, we're feeders, dude. I feed everybody. I think we had people over for dinner 4 times this week.
Cereal?
Nope. No, we had all kinds of good stuff.
No,
man.
and I
Tri-tip.
think
What kind of
Riley.
cereal do you have currently in
So
stock?
it was Reese's Pops, like Reese's
Ooh.
Pieces cereal,
The
and
Puffs.
so I think that Riley actually put them on top of the Reese's like mousse cake, and so that's why they were out and about.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Riley's trying to work on looking like Papa. Keep eating like that.
Oh man.
So what else? What else are we here to talk about? I guess I recorded a little bit yesterday with our buddy Keith. So that was interesting. That took up my Saturday, and that was real fun. We got some good tracks, and as soon as we get Will to, now we're making him redo his tracks, which is not fair. But I'm sorry.
Yeah, I retired.
Yeah, we're gonna get those done and hopefully mix and master. And one day here, somewhat shortly, we'll play it on the show. I think.
Now, I don't know if you noticed, and this is very insignificant, but if you have a $20 bill, and I just saw this recently,
He's over there folding a bill.
if you fold it just right and turn the Andrew Jackson upside down, it looks like he's wearing a mask.
Really?
Come, just take a
All
look.
right, I'm gonna go over there.
Just take a look.
Well, can you just like hold it differently so I can see it?
That's stupid. It's just the.
Okay.
He doesn't see it.
I see it. It just.
It's one of those where you have to squint really hard.
No, you
but
just
not
covered it,
focus
is
and
all you
focus
did.
at the
I
same
know.
time.
It's not like the shape of a mascot. It's just
Take
a
a
white
picture of
line.
that so I could post it.
No. You're not getting it. You don't see it. That's why. Look, I
think
got to
it's
draw
the
it now.
Space shuttle.
Look. And then all his hair is just like this big old scarf around his neck. Okay, look at this now.
Okay.
See, do you see it now?
Yeah.
Oh, I do see
Oh,
it.
wait,
I
is
do
it-
see
oh,
it.
is it upside down?
Yes.
Totally see
Oh, wait,
it.
hold on.
Yeah.
Now you totally see it,
Okay, I
right?
do see it. Yes.
Tell me it's stupid. Do you see it? Look it up, like he's looking down at you, kind of.
Can you go put it in the camera for Jeff?
Your eyes are retarded.
Go show it to Jeff.
That's not the correct word.
No,
No,
it's
you
not
are not.
necessary.
Yeah, you are not.
Until he sees, so he's got like a big beard.
Yep, there it must be.
No, I get it now.
For myself and all the other people listening.
And thank
I
you
thought
for
you were just
catching
showing
yourself,
me
Will.
his face upside down. I was like, that's just the white line of the bill. That's not anything special.
Anyway, sorry to waste time.
No, that was better.
You do see it now,
I do, yeah. That's my bad. I'm sorry, man.
and you do see it too, Courtney.
I saw it.
Okay.
Did you have some memes for us this week or headlines?
Yeah, I do. Are we doing that?
You want to?
Okay, sure.
We got one. We have a Jeff meme.
What?
And then I also did find a treasure trove of memes. I think that'll work finally again, or maybe for the first time. But we'll do that next week, I think.
God, I always sweat when this happens. We're doing headlines, right? And we're going to find out what.
Let's do the fake headlines.
All right. So here it is. This week we're going to try something a little bit different. We're going to do fake headlines in the sense that I'm going to read 3 headlines, and it's up to you to decipher whether or not it's fake or not. So
Okay.
I'm going to read them all, and then I'm going to ask your guys' opinion. They're not very long. They'll be very quick. Here it goes.
All right.
Oh, great. And then
Do we buzz at the end?
and then you can vote or tell me, but I'm going to get your opinion. Of course,
Okay.
we're always going to get his
I
opinion.
think maybe a little buzz noise is good.
Okay, here we go. Passenger allowed onto flight after security confiscates his bomb. That's the first one.
That seems very unlikely.
Actually, yeah. And then here's this one. World's first hot dog ATM opens in Malaysia. And here's the third one. FBI seizes over 3,000 penises during a raid at a morgue employee's home.
Okay, so one of them is true. Only one of them.
Only one of them is true.
Okay.
I'm going for penises. It's true.
Penises is true, and that's
I kind of feel like that's so crazy it has to be true.
yeah, I get you on that one.
Because you both want it to be true.
Where was that at? Where was that at? The penises. Where were they found?
In a morgue.
in an employee's home?
Oh,
But I mean, what state?
Oh, no.
Okay.
I'm not doing
all
that.
right. All right.
oh no, I'm not doing that.
Jeff,
There
what do you
was
think?
Bong. What was the second one again, please?
World's first hot dog ATM opens in
Yes.
Malaysia.
Put me
was-
down for B.
That was a contender for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, here it is.
Yeah,
seemed the
because
most
that's your
likely.
winner.
The truth is the passenger.
Really?
Canada. What's Canada?
Canada.
Passenger allowed onto a flight after security confiscates his bomb. A man in Edmonton was allowed to board a flight after a pipe bomb found in his bag was confiscated by the air support or security.
What the fuck? Why would they do that?
Canada's cool.
They're just.
I mean,
They won't let you in if you have a DUI, but they'll let their fucking bomb makers in to us. That's fine.
all right. Now here's the number 2. Here's the number 1. Or we got 3 more. Oh, we want to keep talking.
Is that a bomb or
Yeah.
a
Yeah,
bomb?
a pipe bomb, like a
Bomb.
explosion.
Oh, a pipe bomb.
Yeah.
Explosion.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought I might have heard you
I
said
just knew Canada was really liberal with their other laws, so I was like, okay, that
it's
makes
not
sense.
a ganja. It was an explosion.
Yeah, that's.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, good on Canada. They got their reasons.
They got their reasons.
Hey, we're not perfect.
Fucking socialist. Okay.
All right,
Just
here we go.
kidding.
I'm going to read 3
Totally
more.
kidding.
I'm going to read 3 more. Morgue. I don't know why I'm doing the morgue stuff. I apologize, but here it is. Morgue employee cremated by accident while taking a nap.
No.
Ooh.
Number 2. Elderly woman accused of training 10 cats to steal from her neighbors. And number 3, Pennsylvania woman allegedly kept grandma's corpse in freezer for 15 years and collected Social Security checks.
Bzz. Courtney, Jeb, Jeff. That's the order.
Okay.
Courtney.
I really hope the first one is not true. Like, I really so I'm gonna go with the cat lady one because, God, the other two are so terrible.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm freezer lady Social Security check for sure.
Yeah,
All right. And
it's a good one.
what do you think there, Jeff?
I like the extended nap.
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so terrible.
It is.
All right. What's true is the Pennsylvania woman allegedly kept her mom in a frozen freezer. A Pennsylvania woman who has been arrested for hiding her grandmother's dead body in a freezer for 15 years in order to cash in her Social Security checks. It all came to light after 2 women walked into a foreclosed house they were interested in buying and discovered a corpse. In Glenora Del Lehay last February.
That makes me feel a lot better about my chicken situation.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Holy
Oh my
shit.
gosh.
5 days outside? That's nothing.
That's
Well,
not.
she didn't put like a lock on the freezer. She just got so complacent. She's it's been so long. Fuck it.
Yeah.
That's okay. Go ahead.
And here's the last one. And here's the last
All right.
3 headlines.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
Well,
Okay, here we go. A man's bladder explodes after holding him pee for 18 hours after a beer binge.
Oh my God.
Number 2, Costco issues a recall for their Kirtland signature brand of bath tissue, toilet paper. And number 3, Florida teen stung over 600 times after he inserted his penis into a beehive.
I'll go first.
okay.
Yeah, we figured, yeah.
Let's take a moment here. Let's go with a Florida teen.
Florida teen, and then Jeb.
What was the first one again?
Man bladders explodes after holding
No,
a pee.
I don't think that can be true.
Costco issues
yeah,
a recall for their Kirtland signature toilet paper.
I'm going to toilet paper thing.
I think it's the bladder.
For the record, both Courtney and Jeb were Florida teens.
That's
Ooh,
true.
that was true.
Yep.
It was true. The truth. Man's bladder explodes after holding a pee.
Oh my gosh.
In a recent Redefy Sleeping It Off, a Chinese man's bladder bust when he was unknowingly held in his pee for 18 hours after binge drinking on booze. The 40-year-old man, identified as Mr. Hugh, reportedly fell asleep, passed out, after downing 10 bottles of beer during a heavy drinking session. Didn't know this was going to be so long. Anyways,
he die?
fortunately, they were able to save Hugh's life
good.
Okay.
via emergency surgery, and he has been released from the hospital after making a complete recovery.
Wow.
Is he drinking again?
Yes.
It seems like you would just piss yourself before that
Yeah,
happened.
but-
Like you wouldn't be able to control it. That's why I was
Maybe-
like, that doesn't seem real.
Maybe, but he slept on his penis and it clipped it. Like you take a hose and you go
Yeah. Kink it.
kink it.
Yeah. No, I think you would still just piss yourself. Like, you get full. Everyone gets so full. Like, I would puke first, maybe.
Hey, man,
You got to let off some pressure somehow.
you told me to do my job and I did it.
Yeah, you did really good too.
All right.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
Did you make up the fake article headlines?
Shucks.
They were pretty fucking good,
You like
man.
those?
Those are really good. Yeah.
I did not make them up.
You-
I did not make them up. Okay. They are completely real.
Man,
oh my gosh.
you're a liar.
That one time.
No, you just did it again.
But I completed my lie and then told you I did not lie.
It was funny.
It's your first instinct is to lie. Okay,
Um,
noted.
well, hey, you know what we didn't do is talk about the bands that we're gonna have on today.
Oh,
Yeah, we
we
just
can-
jumped right in.
I
I
know.
was too excited to talk
we can
about
talk
everything.
about them after the songs.
Well,
How about we do that?
who do we have on this week? Courtney.
Okay.
She just isn't prepared. That's why.
No, I am prepared. I have it
Okay.
all written down. All right.
right.
So this week we have Radio Rejects, Reaction Feed, and the Dwarves.
That's right.
That's going to be awesome.
Yeah. So I thought you were gonna give a little bit more there. We just did the bare minimum. Okay. Yeah. So.
No, because I was gonna read all the stuff. I have a
Okay.
whole page. Of
Okay.
notes.
She's got a lot. So possibly it looks like Blag Dahlia from the Dwarves is going to be calling in and talking to us a little bit, talk about quarantine and whatever other crazy thing he's got going on. I know he's been doing some acoustic tracks and shit online, like everyone else is, doing the live feed thing. So, and I listened to one of them. It's pretty silly shit. Should be really fun to talk to him. But we are waiting for a call back, so maybe it doesn't happen. Maybe it does. If not, we have a contingency plan. So,
Yes, absolutely.
But yeah, the other 2 bands that we have this week are really good too. They submitted a long time ago, so I'm stoked to finally get them in.
Radio Rejects.
Yeah, you're gonna dig it. You're gonna dig it. We got some great songs this week, and so before we get into that, we got retractions, revisions, and then I was thinking maybe before we even get into that, should we call someone for a joke?
Yeah, do you have anyone in mind?
I have 2 people in mind.
And do you have any jokes?
That's me. I don't have jokes.
Oh, they.
Yeah.
So, one of the bands submitted a joke.
Oh, did they?
It was, but I didn't say it because we had already said the ghost story. So, yeah, I can.
Well,
find
that
that
had to
again.
be what, Lucky Lad Green?
It was Lucky Lad Green, yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, let's see if we can get David on the phone from Plot, the drummer of Plot. He's a really silly fucker, and I bet he will have something good for us. I think people are learning not to answer for me on Sunday afternoons.
I guess.
All right. So, do we have any jokes this week?
I have a joke from Lucky Lad Green. What's a pirate's favorite letter?
Oh my!
Arr.
You'd think it'd be
Nay,
the R, but it's the
tis
C.
the C.
But if you say C, then it's R.
Oh.
It's one of those ones you can
It's
never
one-
answer.
okay,
right.
well, but that's an awesome dad joke.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome is a strong word, but yeah, it was a joke for sure. Does anyone
About as
have?
good as anything we've got.
That's right.
I think Riley still wins with the hang up. He's got and then I think my grandma takes second.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because that was at least a really original one. I had never heard that joke from before at all. So I don't know. Stick had some good ones.
Yeah, yeah.
But that was on the other thing.
Yeah,
So
right.
what about retractions, revisions this week, folks? Anything? I've got something.
Yeah, let's hear
I'll
it.
go first then.
All right.
Because I'll let you. Okay. So when we were talking about Malcolm X, I said that I've been seeing that people are using Black people's words to be against Black people, and so I wanted to read a quote that somebody put because I feel like they said it in a better way. So if you're a white person who thinks that all this racism talk is getting out of hand and you're quick to post the video of a famous Black person agreeing with you or, confirming your bias, but you won't read a book from a Black person with a PhD in their field disagreeing with you, then you aren't trying to learn. You're just weaponizing Black voices to confirm your own bias. And so that was from Joshua Pease. And so I just thought that was more eloquent way to say what I was trying to say.
You're a very sensitive and thoughtful person.
Well, no. I've been seeing it lately.
I know, but you wanted me to erase that out of the mix last week because you thought it was so insensitive. I'm like, it's not. This is just you talking.
Mm-hmm.
It's very candid, and I like how you always come back with something with a little bit more teeth to it.
Yeah, I just want to say the right thing because I believe that.
As long as you don't cry.
No, I'm not crying.
All right, good. Don't.
It's not always even about saying the right thing. A lot of, and it's one of the big challenges. It's pretty clear where your intent is.
Mm-hmm.
You're trying to learn. You're trying to express it in a way as you're learning, and we're gonna make mistakes in that process.
Yeah.
So, but when you can hear that there's hatred behind the voice, well, there's no room for that. It's like, no, that's who you are. But when it's somebody is trying, I think, for anybody who knows you and hopefully the audience that they get that vibe as well.
Yeah, for sure. And I just want to, it's really because we are talking to a public,
You're
arena.
talking about something serious, and I can hear in the headphones Will's playing with tape.
I'm sorry.
I know, but just let me finish my retraction.
I'm sorry. That's my fault.
So I just want to make sure that I do no harm because it is a public arena so whenever I say something and I'm like, that probably wasn't right. I want to say, okay, I was wrong, and this is the better way to say it or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
Perfect. I agree with you.
Well said.
And I apologize.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. Well, anyone else before I'll go. So last week our question of the week was favorite comedy. And it was really hard. I don't know how I forgot about it, but as we were saying it, I was like, oh wait, there's a movie that every single fucking scene is funny to me. Like every scene is just ridiculous. and it would be Drowning Mona, which was kind of an unknown movie to a degree, but I fucking love that movie. I watch it.
Still call me Sweet Tits.
I still call you Sweet Tit. Oh yeah, dude. I quote that movie all the fucking time. Anyone out there, go watch Drowning Mona immediately.
Drowning Mona.
Yes.
Danny DeVito, Bette Midler, Casey Affleck.
There's a ton
I mean, the
of people in
list
it.
goes on.
Featuring the Yugo.
That's right. Oh, so you've seen it. Maybe I forced it on you even, huh?
I saw it in the theater, son.
Did you?
Whoa.
Good for
Yeah.
you. Fucking.
I'm
What did
just
you think
old.
of it?
It was not my favorite comedy of all time.
Really?
I would never talk about it on a podcast. No.
Whoa.
Well, see, I think
Shots
the first
fired.
time I watched
You're
it,
feisty today,
he
Jeff.
is.
I'm buzzed. It's not my fault.
It's the backy. The first time I watched it, I didn't think it was that great. Second time, it was one of those second time, third time, fourth time. I'm like, oh my God, I'm finding something funny with every fucking part of it, every scene. So,
I'll take a look at that. I'd
Oh,
like to see
I
that.
will revisit.
yeah, so that was my revision. Anyone else? Jeff, you got
I have one.
Okay.
You mentioned your friend from, what was it, Ballsack, New York, Josh.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Is that also Splangy?
No.
Oh, no.
Okay.
No, that's Sean.
Okay.
In
I knew there
Ballsack,
was an S
New
involved.
York, that was shots
What's
fired.
up, Splangy?
Yeah. Yeah, no, he's up in Maine right now. So,
Hey, Josh. Well, I thought he was in New York. That's where I got it mixed up.
yeah. He was in New York
So-
for a while. He was up in Lake Placid.
Okay.
And we
Oh,
went
yeah,
to his
that's where
wedding up there.
That's where we went to the wedding, yeah.
Yeah, it was cool.
I remember these things. So that's, yeah, I got the names mixed up.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
good.
Either way.
Yeah.
What's up, Splangy?
And what about you, Will? You did perfect last week, right? No revisions.
Oh yeah, I'm good. I don't have very revisions about our last show.
Or whatever. Retractions, revisions, anything you want to say before we get into our first song?
I'm just looking forward to hearing the song.
Yeah,
All right.
I think everyone is. All right, here we go. Let's do it. This is Radio Rejects.
The greatest.
This one's for you. So raise your milks and think what could be. You made me the man that I know I should be. Thank you. You know it's true. If I'm rocking, rolling, working, dealing, being your dad is the greatest feeling. Thank you. From the Decor crew, this one's for you. 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 This one's for you.
All right, everyone. That was Radio Rejects. That song was called The Greatest.
Greatest.
That's a good song.
Yeah, and so Jeb found those guys on Punk Rock Dads, and so as you could hear, hopefully, it was about being a dad, and that was really cool. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, those guys have a new album out right now.
Yeah, and it's The Greatest is the latest single, and it's out now on Riot Records. So I'm just going to read the little blurb that they talk about who they are. So in a world where punk rock seems to change definition more times than most people change their minds, Radio Rejects stick to the true definition of the genre. Influenced by old school 4-chord and 90s skate punk, the Rejects push the true ideology that punk rock is all about fun and, dare we say, rad times. So that is the Radio Rejects.
Yeah, you
I
guys
like
go
it.
check it out. I think the next track down on their Spotify list is Skater Dad.
Oh, yeah.
Is what it's
Oh.
called. So,
That's
yeah.
nice.
That's awesome.
Check out their fists. Did anybody read what it said?
No, I didn't.
The fist?
They identify as dadcore.
Oh, really? Oh, so that makes
Oh.
so much sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a friend that's in a band called Dad Brains down in Ventura.
Ah,
on
that's
Oxnard,
good.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's really
That's a
nice.
good one.
He's in like 13 other bands too, but yeah.
Dad brains.
Yeah, no, they're great. We should actually talk to John someday.
Mm-hmm.
Get him on here. He's, like I said, he's in a million bands. Sings for Stalag 13 right now.
Nice.
Amongst so many other bands. He's got a really cool. I'm just going to do a plug for him right now, but I'm going to stop. We just get him in here.
Yeah,
I just
for
didn't
sure.
think about it until just now.
That'd
So-
be great.
Us.
All right, well, let's do it. Now it's time for
Sportney segment.
All right. So today is our 17th year wedding anniversary. We've been together for 22 years, Jeb and I. And
Thank you for clarifying.
Yeah.
We already talked about that.
I know, but that was kind of my segment.
Oh,
what I was going to
fuck.
start to talk
Fucked
about.
it up.
No, it's fine. But the interesting thing about marriage and stuff is that when I was a kid, my parents divorced when I was 3. My mom and stepdad divorced when I was like 16, 17. Like, I think one of the first times that Jeb, like real times that Jeb hung out besides having dinner with me was when my stepdad had his bags and was like, see you later.
Yeah, that was pretty wild.
Yeah.
I mean, I can remember him having the little plastic grocery bags with his clothes.
Yeah.
Leaving, like, yeah, right as soon as we were. I don't even think we were dating at that point
No,
yet.
no. So, like, it's weird to be married so long because that's not something that I have been. I mean, my grandparents, like your parents, have been married since
Yeah,
ever.
I don't know how long they're.
But like
35
just
years or-
for my personal like close,
No, weird.
is it called a nucleus family? Like the nuclear, like my family, my mom, my dad, they were divorced. So when I was a kid, I was like, I'm not getting married. I'm not gonna have kids. Like I had a hard time with the whole divorce thing. Yeah,
You
it
were
just
edgy.
wasn't. But
Did you have a good relationship with your stepdad?
I did.
Oh.
But then when he remarried,
He
he was
cut.
not allowed to have a
Oh.
relationship with me. And the same thing happened when my dad got remarried. He was not necessarily allowed to have a relationship with me. So yeah, it's really interesting.
Bitches be tripping.
I know, but anyway, so it's weird.
Every day.
It's a weird thing that that we're here because I mean not weird, but I guess
It's not weird.
purposely I like when I was like okay, I am gonna get married to Jeb, but listen, I'm not going to get divorced. Like that was my thing is like I'm going to work really hard to make sure that it works on my end and all that kind of stuff, But the other thing that I have heard, when people are married, sometimes they joke like, the ball and chain or this or all that. And like,
Nah.
that's not something that I just don't understand
No,
that.
you're my homie.
That's it. That's what I'm saying. Like I enjoy, like I
Yeah.
really
And
genuinely
we still have a lot of
appreciate
fun.
you.
We do all kinds of fun shit together.
Yeah.
It's not a drag. It's always makes it more fun when you're there.
Right. And that's where
Well,
He has to
unless
say
they're
that
talking
'cause
about my
it's your
40th
anniversary.
birthday party.
now, but
I'm just
here's the
kidding.
thing. That's not to say that we don't have hard times and that we don't fight and that like there have been times where I haven't liked you so much and the same vice versa. Like there like we've been through some times.
Sure.
But for the most part, like I just don't understand when, people like are in marriages and they're like, and just complaining about things. Because that's not the way I feel. So,
Well, okay.
Well, that's great. I'm glad to hear that.
but
Well, fuck, I knew there was a but.
there was something that I wanted to,
You want me to play it here?
Yeah.
You guys-
So there's something that I wanted to
All
play.
right, okay, well, I'm just
And
gonna
I
play
won't touch it during the day. I won't mess it up.
Hold on.
Oh,
Yeah, here we go, from the top.
So if you're in a relationship where one person wants things clean and one doesn't, I promise you, you are at a collision of values.
Okay,
One
here we go.
person thinks it is self-evident that you should be picking up and keeping things tidy, and one person thinks it's self-evident that to constantly be cleaning and tidying when something is just going to get re-messy the next day doesn't make any sense.
They're wrong.
So one is there's two types of collisions of values. Ones that can be worked through and you can come to a compromise or a new agreement, and one where absolutely not. I'm not going to change. I understand your position. I understand it perfectly. Steel man. I got it. I can explain it better than you. And I still think it doesn't make any sense, and vice versa. So let's deal with that, where there's just no compromise to be had, which for us is being tidy. We have talked about it 6 ways a Sunday, but the reality is when things get messy, it gives you anxiety. So no matter what words, no matter how much logic I give you, unless you were willing to do the work to unwind that neurological pattern, it's never going to change. So now is where it gets into, you're going to have to create rules around how things are handled. So is it that, like, for instance, don't fuck with my part of the closet, right? I have a side, you have a side. You can do whatever you want in your closet. You can fucking clean it with a toothbrush if you want.
That's right.
I have my side of the closet. Yo, you don't have to look at it. Like, it's going to be the way I want it to be, and that's that. I'm not asking you to deal with it. I'm not asking you to clean it. I'm not asking you to wash my clothes. Nothing. But I am not, I understand your argument, but I'm not willing to do inefficient shit. It doesn't make fucking sense to me. So I'm going to keep mine the way that I want to keep it. You're going to keep yours the way you want to keep it. And all public areas will default to a DMZ, which means I can't be messy in it. In this example, clean is an absence. So the default in there would just be lack of mess. You take care of yours, I take care of mine.
Yes.
If you want the bed made and I don't,
Who is
by all
this
means,
again?
make the bed. And I won't
fucking
touch it
random.
during the
It's
day.
impact theory.
I won't mess it up. But don't ever ask me to make it.
Okay.
Okay, so that is one of our biggest things that we fight about is the mess. I mean, just truly, honestly, it is.
Well, we've talked about the ham in the trunk that just stayed there. And the fucking car was so messy that she didn't know she had a rotting ham in there.
That's pretty
And
rad.
when we sold the car months later, like 6 months later, it still smelled like rotting ham.
I just found it was interesting because I
Go in my
came
car
up
right
on my
now and
feed
see if there's any
yesterday.
more trash than a little bit in one of the cup holders where I keep like little things until I can get out and throw it away.
Yeah.
Nothing in there.
But anyways,
What are the challenges of being so perfect?
right?
Well, it's not about perfect. It's just every time I get out of my car, I throw the thing away that I brought in there. That's all. I'm already walking out. It's not.
Hey, cleanliness is godliness.
I get like I don't feel comfortable if it's all dirty. But like, there's a definite line down the middle of our bedroom. Maybe we could show photos of just the dresser.
I got the photo of the before and after. So what I did for Jeb yesterday for our anniversary is we have a chair in our room
The reading chair.
that just like I don't know 2 weeks ago Jeb told me that he sits in and reads in it.
Well, barely.
I had no idea
Well, barely. But why?
because there's a lot of laundry on it most times.
All the time.
But who is in charge of?
I thought you were uncertain of Jed's reading ability. That's the
Well,
okay.
that too.
Keep going.
Also, it's like one of the most uncomfortable chairs to read in. But I'm not gonna argue you.
It's uncomfortable if it's filled with shit. Yeah.
Okay.
But if it's just sitting there in the corner, it's nice and quiet in our room.
So
You would think all the clothes would make a nice cushiony.
You know, I'm sorry. I'm going to go back with Jeff on this one. I just can't imagine you reading a book. I mean,
Yeah, what are you reading?
Smoking a pipe, like that was a nice time.
I'll tell you what. I have a little stack, and I'll show you. It's all murder and gore and
Okay, now that
bad
makes sense.
serial killers and.
So when you want to read that, you
and,
need
and
a
then
nice
the Strength Finders book.
If you
No.
want to read that, you need a nice comfy chair to sit in.
Yeah. Oh, I had a really weird dream last night. Oh, am I going to share? I don't know if I'm going to share this. I'm going to skip it. Yeah.
Okay. So, but anyways, so I cleaned off that chair, and as part of something that I am going to strive to do for you this year is to make sure that that chair is clean 90% of the time.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
That's great. That's a great
that's-
goal.
That was my takeaway from that. But I just thought it was
So one of
really
the chores
silly.
that I do is I fold laundry, mount, and I watch TV at the same time, and I just empty that fucking chair, dude. By the afternoon, I could spend hours in there. We'd kind of save it up for the week, you know, and then boom, it's filled. There'll be like cat blankets for kittens and
Full of kittens.
full of kittens and yeah.
Kitten blankets.
I just folded 2 weeks of T-shirts the other day.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's not fun.
you know what? I don't fold them anymore. I just put them straight on a hanger. I'm too fat, so all my shirts are getting too small. So I just put them on a hanger, set them out to dry, and then just hang them up in the closet, which also gets rid of all the little weird creases and shit. It's such a nicer way to do it.
I like folding.
I enjoy it. It's like watering a flower bed. Something.
Ooh,
No, I lost you on that.
I don't get satisfaction out of it.
No,
It drives me-
Oh God, that was good. I don't know if anyone thought that was good, but that was a good analogy, I guess.
Oh,
Okay, but let me ask you.
it's
Okay,
relaxing.
so
Watering a flower bed.
It is. It's
Well-
fun. Your glasses are fucking
they're
up. You,
fogging up.
you thought that was real funny.
Oh, I quit.
Oh, fucking
so-
sweating.
Stacy and you, like,
I'm dead.
No.
Remember from last
Oh,
week?
yeah. Is one of you cleaner than the other?
Maybe I'm high all of a sudden. Why is everything funny?
I don't know.
I will tell you
Or
this.
tidy.
I am
More tidy.
less tidy, but I like folding. That's what I do. And I do a lot of other things to balance the situation. What's interesting about what you said,
Is that code for drinking?
well, anyways, whew, okay, I'm back.
Hey, whew, take a breath, man.
I'm sorry.
He got really excited, everybody.
Okay. Stacy and I also have been together, I was 22, so almost for 20 years as well. And I also went through my parents' divorce, and I also said, I'm never going to get married. I'm never going to have children because I'm never going to see this and put my kids through whatever. So in a weird way, I wanted to say this. Unfortunately, our divorces was kind of a good thing. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm glad they got a divorce in the sense that they didn't like each other and they grew apart from each other. That's fantastic, okay? But it really, really fucking sucked watching that. So I wouldn't be with Stacy, and I don't think you would be with Jeb, if we grew apart and we didn't like each other. And that I would say, touche, no, au revoir, no.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
Stacy and I get along with each other because, you know, you got to have a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and then
Right.
you got to have enough hatred
Oh,
and enough love.
yeah.
Oh, I got a lot of hatred. Anyways, no, it's 20 years. There's a reason why we've been together for that.
Of
And I wanted to
course.
agree with you.
Yeah.
Check out this. I am sweating like
You are
balls.
fucking pouring sweat right now.
Okay, I'm calming down.
Jeff, what about you? Are you tidy or do you keep piles?
I'm a piler. I just don't understand.
That's where the chicken gets fucking lost. If you didn't have
It-
piles of shit everywhere, you'd see clearly there's bags of chicken just sitting there.
That is fair. It's not quite that bad, but just I'm trying to consolidate things because I've just accepted that what adults do is they put things into other containers and then put it away.
Yeah.
My problem is I don't have a system to find those things. I have like 3 different things of 2-sided tape that I
Yeah.
keep ordering, and I'll probably get another one. But I'm
I
I'm not
know.
proud. I'm not proud of this, but my systems are broken when it comes to that. I'm a survivor.
Let me ask you a question, because I already know this about Courtney.
Oh.
How many emails do you have on your
Oh, geez.
list right now? Like when you open up your phone, it says emails. How many were we talking?
I don't really do email on my phone, but like in my inbox
Sure.
for work, there's that are unopened is what you're asking.
Yeah.
1,200.
Yep.
Can I'm so sorry because I just had a retraction right now. I'm sorry to interrupt. But
Yeah.
I just wanted to say
A live retraction.
a live retraction. Did you really ask me, am I tidy or not? And I went into a whole divorce thing and got
Yeah.
serious when the question was just, are you tidy or clean?
That's okay though.
No, because I went into this whole divorce thing and the next question was, okay, Jeff, are you tidy or clean? And
Well,
I feel
I
bad.
was like, no. I was just asking,
Well-
you know, if you and Stacy is one tidy and one messy.
I know, and I don't know where I went with the divorce stuff. So
No, that's
yes,
fine.
she's tidy. I'm not, and I apologize. I just wanted to retract that. It was just funny and
Okay.
weird. Go back to Jeff, and I apologize. I'm not going to talk
so-
very much.
He just looks down at his feet.
But
It's okay.
Jeff, so
Hey.
you said 1,200 emails?
Okay. Well,
No. It's under 350.
Okay.
that's not so
Now
bad, I guess.
there's a bunch that I just move. I probably have 1,200 that are unread, but I've already moved them into a folder just to dump them anyways.
Okay, I guess that's not as bad. What are we talking, Courtney?
18,000?
Oh,
Okay, so I have the
and-
same issue with not knowing what to do with things because I want to be able to find them. And we share the Sounds Like Nonsense Gmail account, and I drive Jeb crazy because
I just
can't-
erase it. I just erase it.
But if you delete it and you need the information
You can go back in the search button and find it.
for a time, and then it's gone.
Well,
and
if it's that long,
also-
then you just fucking reach back out or whatever you got to do.
Except that I'm the one who has to reach back out. So
You
Jeb,
don't do shit. I'm just kidding. You should see this look. Ouch! That look hurt.
yeah, that was me. That
Happy
was me.
anniversary.
Yeah. Anyways,
18,000 though.
that's a lot.
That's a lot.
Wow, that's
How many
good.
do I have?
0 probably.
4. Because I'm dealing with them right now.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing is like I was even watching Marie Kondo over the weekend, the tidying up, and it's just like for me it's so much about like I just don't know what to do with this stuff.
Well-
and I'm afraid to lose it, and I'm afraid to like put it in the wrong place and that I won't be able to find it, and it's a situation that gives
I
me
really think
anxiety.
that bleeds right into the real life.
Yeah.
The same fucking thing. And I want to go back to Will's and Stacy's situation.
Ooh.
You know what, dude? Oh, your glasses are going to fog up again. No, they just did.
Oh, they did.
We're going to have to start fucking videoing this at
No.
least so you guys can see it.
No.
No, you don't want to talk about, are you a pilot? I have a couple questions and
Oh,
I'll let
no,
it go.
he said he was a pilot.
You're a pilot. You just,
Yeah.
because I know you collect things. So do you have shelves and shelves of
no.
shit and
I
piles?
have shelves and shelves of shit, but it's organized shit. Like, for
Okay.
instance, that shit right over there that I like.
But
That's
just-
Teach me, Will.
cooler shit
Teach
that
me.
I like right there on that shelf.
Just covered with dust?
covered with dust and
Is
all.
it?
Oh, yeah.
But
Really?
Stacy doesn't know your system. It's only your system.
Yeah, that's my system. Stacy
Right.
comes in and goes, "This is a pile of shit. Get it
Right.
out."
Yeah.
And I go, "But I like
Any
that."
system's better than no system that I currently have. Teach me, Will.
Well, fuck, man. I don't know. But at least I think the yin and yang works.
It is a yin and yang. Yin and
Yin and wang?
yeah, Jesus Christ. What I wanted to say is I wasn't going to talk very much, but I want to say that I do the piles too. I bring in the laundry. I watch a documentary.
Yeah.
Love you, Ken Burns, and I just go and fold and fold and fold.
Yep.
The next thing I know, it's all done.
Yeah.
But here's the deal: I don't put it away.
Mm-hmm.
I do everyone's clothes, me and hers, but I don't put it away because I don't know her closet space.
So
Remember?
close. That's
Remember?
pretty close.
And then
Just
two,
like on the tape.
I'll do all the dishes, but I don't do silverware. All dishes. All dishes. I'll do it all. Bring it in. I'll be there all night.
But
I'm not
fork
touching
is out of the question.
forks, knives, spoons,
Oh.
sporks, all that.
You know
Spork
what
knees?
though? I hate socks. I hate dealing with socks. I just like
can do
I'll
socks.
fold laundry, but I hate socks.
Yeah.
I don't
know.
want to flip them inside out.
People are
Like
freaks.
We've hit a weird lane here. So,
But
On the-
I don't match the socks. I just
No.
pick them and go hit ball, ball, ball. There's no. I'm gonna match if they're inside out. Ball, ball. There's no like I'm gonna take her. Even her socks and my socks. Ball. I don't care.
you gotta be fucking no, dude. No, I take them, I flatten them out, and I put them all in a nice pile. They're all facing the same way.
Oh,
At the whole deal. But also, what I do that's similar to what you were saying is putting the things away. I don't put Courtney's stuff away,
yeah.
but I do fold it. Well, I fold half of it because a lot of girl things I
Yeah.
don't know how to fold.
That's- I
I don't
agree
know
with
what
you.
it is.
I agree with you.
I
I'm
don't
like, I don't know
fold
what this
them
is.
17 years later, you haven't figured out a system on it?
Nope.
No.
Yeah, no, I have a system. It's called a
Okay.
pile.
That's fair.
I fold
Noted.
the pants, pajamas, whatever.
I don't fold the other things either.
I finally, I don't open people's drawers and things if it's not my business. So don't go in a purse.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I get me something out of a purse, I bring her the purse. That's just that's
Absolutely.
just the way I was raised.
Yeah.
But like, so I found her underwear sock drawer. So now I started throwing them in there.
Yeah,
that
that's
was new
perfect.
like this year,
Yeah.
and that's as good as it's gonna get on that.
Yeah.
I put all the towels away and whatever.
I can put stuff away once it gets folded. My weakness, I'm strong in washing and the drying, but
just the
then that's
folding.
where it's
where
getting
it
to the
is.
folding. So I've used the guest room, and it took a while. Somebody at the office helped me come up with the term. I just stack the clothes in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And sometimes I don't even stack. Sometimes I just toss. But rather than shaming myself, I decided to rename it as my dressing room. I felt so much better about getting ready for work.
That's such
Going
a
into my
funny
dressing
idea.
room.
Hey,
Ah,
you live alone. That's
liberating
perfect.
moment.
That's awesome.
but once I can get the clothes from my dressing room back into the dryer, fluff it up, I got a folding board. I'm great at putting it away.
Holy
that part,
shit.
it's just the actual getting to the folding. We all got our problems.
Do you make your bed every day?
No.
Yes.
Or do you make your bed?
Yes.
Yes.
And that's from
I also
Jordan
make my bed.
Peterson.
Yeah, Jordan Peterson. We learned that shit.
Yeah.
I make my bed every day. Although I only have
It's so nice, man.
yeah.
Dude, yeah, she's gonna have photos, which I didn't know she took, but I can guarantee, just because I know how it is, nothing on my side of the dresser room at all, and then donation piles. I think she's got some donations for you too, Will.
Oh, I'll take it.
But it's toys though. I know.
yeah.
That's even better. That's
Which
the second-
Riley was like, "You're giving away
Oh
my
my
childhood."
gosh. Dude, he put that in a tiff. He put that in my room. Like, here, this can't be in my room. And I was like, okay, I'll donate
He
it.
doesn't want to see his
Okay, but
friends
anyways.
that come over see his toys still.
Ah.
But Riley, hey, we saw him, bud. We're talking about it right now.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Oh, but anyways, I will post that
Nerf guns and stuff. It's cool stuff.
Yeah, that clip in the Facebook group, and I would love to hear from you guys, like, listening. Do you guys struggle with this in your relationships? And
Please advise me. Help me.
help Jeff
Well,
find a solution.
And that goes back to people should call in for Jeff for advice.
That's right.
Because
And then give him advice on how to
Yeah,
organize.
this is the person who's supposed to advise you.
yeah.
Well, on
you
other
see,
things.
you had the perfect solution. Call it a dressing room.
That's right.
As soon as you said that, in my mind, I was like, "Fuck, that makes a whole lot of sense."
It really did help. I felt a lot better about myself.
I got a question.
Oh boy.
We talked about it last week. What is your favorite documentary?
Third.
Fourth.
I'll go first.
Let me go first.
Oh.
Oh.
Ah,
Well, I don't think that's how it works.
I know.
Okay.
I said.
Well, okay.
You were talking musical documentary, right? 'Cause that
Musical
was the-
documentary. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, fine.
The Avett Brothers documentary.
Fuck. This is why I want to go first.
I know.
I knew you were gonna say that, and I
that's a
wanted to
shame.
fucking take your shit.
Wow.
That's a shame. Well,
Is
you
it-
didn't.
It's a good documentary. Huh?
It's a very good documentary. Yes.
It is really, really good.
Is it on HBO? I can't remember.
Oh, yeah, I think
even
it's on
more.
HBO.
Okay.
It might be on Netflix by now.
Oh, I have a second. But I'll let
Well,
everyone
yeah,
else
you can't
goes first.
go twice. You
No.
already took mine.
I know.
I'm just kidding. That wasn't mine.
Go for it.
Is it who is second?
Yeah.
Jeff was, right?
You.
I'm going Spinal Tap.
Oh, okay.
That's. Oh, wow.
But that's a mockumentary.
Yeah,
not
that's
real.
different.
That's a mockumentary.
That fucking counts.
You said documentary, not a mock.
What about the one we just watched on Apple?
What was that? Oh, no, that wasn't my favorite.
Okay.
So fucking since it's not.
We'll get back to you next week in the retractions.
That's right.
Yeah, so I might because Spinal Tap was my call. So
I
you
think-
guys go and let me rethink because I have to go through my Rolodex real quick.
You know, I already shouted out Ken Burns.
Yeah.
So probably the jazz. That was fantastic. And this recent one is country. That's superb. But second would be The Last Waltz with Martin Scorsese, who directed it. Although I
You're
did not.
going, like one at a time, just in case that was mine.
Yeah, and then That's it.
Ooh.
It wasn't, but
Okay.
Jeb stopped Courtney.
Oh, right. Okay.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Okay. So
So
wait, I want to know about those though.
he's a piler, huh? He piles clothes.
Well,
Yes.
you know, so what was your pick? What was the Last Waltz?
The Last Waltz, the Scorsese one.
And what is that?
It's the last concert of the band. So they bring in everybody, and then there's small interviews of what they used to be as a kids.
I saw that.
Stealing
Fantastic.
bread, stealing bread, and all that. And everyone at the end gets together and sings the last Walton. It was pretty amazing. I dug it.
Nice.
Okay. Jeff.
I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Ack, ack, ack.
What?
Mars Attacks?
No.
Ack, ack, ack.
We Jam Econo. It's the documentary on the Minutemen. If you have not seen it, it is so awesome.
I'm gonna write
No.
that
Go
down in my
off.
notes.
I have not seen it.
Hard to find.
Can you say it again?
Where's okay? So it's hard to find.
We Jam Econo.
Okay, I haven't even heard of it.
Yeah. Well, I've told you about it.
Oh. I'm sure you have.
It's
But
that good. It's really, really good.
All right, Courtney's taking notes. We're gonna have to watch it. We're always looking for a good one.
I had to buy it on DVD because I couldn't find it anywhere streaming.
Oh wow.
So I'll bring it out when I'm
All
out
right.
visiting, and we can all watch it together.
Oh, that
There we go.
sounds
Shed
fun.
a tear.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like I'm gonna have to hit this in revisions next week for myself. But one that was really good, and this is fucking pathetic. I can't remember her name. The jazz singer chick.
Billie Holiday.
Oh no
Ella
no no no
Fitzgerald.
no no. Amy Winehouse.
Amy Winehouse documentary was excellent. I had never listened to her before. It's not my thing or whatever, but watching that whole documentary, it was an awesome
We
documentary.
actually started listening to her afterwards.
Just a little bit. I
yeah.
get tired of it again. Like right at first, I was like, man, I gotta be listening to this. This is awesome. And then
Very,
If you
very
want a
sad.
Spinal Tapian documentary,
Anvil.
no, I've seen that one.
That
It's
one's
pretty
great.
good.
That's great. Yeah.
This one is, I'm close on the name. Now You're Here, There's No Way Back, or There's No Going Back, which is the lead up to Bang Your Head, Mental Health.
Huh.
So it's the drummer from Quiet Riot's documentary. It is wild.
Dude. All right.
And those Spinal Tap. You got to check it out.
But it's real. It's not.
Yes, that's the thing.
Yeah.
That's what makes it so bad. Yeah, check that one out. Amazing. And of course, Meeting People is Easy. Radiohead, very artsy.
I see. I'm surprised you didn't start with that.
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
Too
It's
easy.
It is, yeah, exactly.
Cool. Well,
But that documentary came out in '97, and you actually hear them working on a song that they didn't release until 2008.
oh, wild.
Whoa.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
they craft their songs.
Man, there's so many good documentaries out there. The oh god, the crazy drummer. Fuck, I'm gonna have so many retractions next week. I'm gonna get shit on for this. So I'm just gonna stop.
Yeah.
Hit
But
So Hard, the drummer from Hole. I wanna
no,
say. No, that's what I'm saying that's
Oh.
a really good one as well.
damn,
Oh.
it's like
Hit So
everyone
Hard.
has one. Yeah. Well, we got some homework to do for sure. All right. Speaking of homework, we got a question of the week next week that Courtney is gonna present. But before that, I have one more question.
Huh.
Does a straw have one hole or two? I'd like to start with Will.
One.
One hole? Okay. Courtney?
I wish I would have videoed what you just
Yeah, I didn't realize people can't see my hand.
There's 2 holes.
And Jeff?
Wow.
I know. It's controversial.
Yeah.
I think we're thinking too
It's
much about
one.
this. Oh, okay.
I think I'm going one as well, but I've
Yeah.
seen that. That's like the baby Hitler, question.
No, what is that?
You don't know the baby
Right.
Hitler
I don't
question?
think that's the same.
Like
kind
if you
of
could go
question.
back in time and kill baby Hitler, would you? Because
Oh yeah, that is the exact same.
Yeah, versus a two-holed straw.
I
yeah,
know,
because there's
that's
no right
not-
answer. There's definitely 2 holes when there's 1 hole too.
There's in this particular case, yeah, there's no right answer potentially.
Okay, and
We'd have to speak to the inventor and what was the intent.
yeah, it's like the hula hoop, the fucking that movie where you just draw.
How many holes does that have?
Hudsucker proxy.
Yes, sir.
How many holes does a hula hoop have?
It's for kids.
1.
One. Depends which way you put it on, though.
I know the width maybe makes it.
If you put
if
it
it's
on,
wider, it's got 2 holes. If it's
This-
skinny, it's
this
got
is
1
some-
hole.
This is some good stuff.
It's really banged. Courtney, what's your question for next week?
I'm announcing it right now.
Yeah, well, yeah. What's the question? Do you want to wait until later?
Well, don't we always announce it the day of? Okay, fine.
Well,
So
no, we announce it that way. We can talk about it.
The-
We got to think about it for this week.
I don't know what they're called, but the little rock piles, Are they cairns? Cairns? I don't know.
What the fuck are you talking about?
The piles of rocks that hippies put on top of each other.
Uh-huh.
Whoa.
Yeah, like at the beach or like hiking trails.
Yes.
And
Like, I don't know.
But you said they're kerns?
Chakra rock.
Yeah, it's not. No, I think they're called. They're actually. I think people used them to say where the trailheads were on things.
I'm not doing that question.
Is
No,
this
no, no.
related to your question?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Okay.
but on the trail, I think is different than just like on the beach or whatever. Just trying to make like little beach
Right.
sculptures.
I think they had a purpose, but then people started doing them like art wise. But anyways, my question is, it's not at the trailhead, okay, or anything like that. And it's not one of the crazy ones like where it's like on the tip of something, but do you kick them over or do you just enjoy them? That's my question.
You could have asked that one like on the spot.
I felt it was the same.
Oh my god! Well, there it is, everybody.
That's right up.
Okay, yeah.
Hitler,
let's,
baby.
Let's just fucking.
You tickle me on that one. That was a good one.
Can I?
All right, everybody. That was Reaction Feed. That song was called "Where I Reside."
Yeah, so Reaction Feed, this is some information about them. Reaction Feed is about passion, willpower, and catharsis. With each song, you'll embark on a journey with us, and we couldn't be more excited to have you aboard. So they have an EP out called Haze that you can purchase on their website. So we will put all that information on our stuff.
Yeah.
Instas.
Yeah.
and
No,
stuff.
that was great. We
that was great.
We
I
saw
liked
some
it.
fucking good music this week.
It was a very good
And then
week.
coming up, we did get the confirmation.
Yeah,
Blag is gonna be calling in.
Yeah.
that's gonna be fun.
So yeah, I think he's gonna tell some really good stories. Maybe Courtney can ask him some awkward questions. I don't know. We'll find out. All right. So should we get into the normal real quick?
Yeah.
Just do like a little quickie. What do you think?
I'll be real quick because I don't think this is very.
Well-
Okay, well,
I think that you need to hold your horses, bud.
You got it. I apologize. Welcome my paranormal segment. Hello, everybody. I'm going to be pretty quick on this new paranormal segment, and I don't even know if it's paranormal, but I'm going to talk about the underground water. No, excuse me.
What?
The water.
The water?
Ocean.
Okay.
Okay.
I guess it could be underground.
Spooky water?
Spooky water.
It's the opposite of holy water.
There you go.
Okay.
Well, what I meant to say is like, the Loch Ness Monster and all that shit. I want to tell you, though, if we were in the Loch Ness Monster Lake by yourself, bobbing up and down, swimming,
Yeah.
you'd believe there's a fucking monster underneath you.
No.
Oh, believe me.
No.
Well, wait, why?
This is one of the ones I'm calling bullshit on.
No, that's fine. Okay, but let me back a little bit. Let me back up a little bit. Okay?
Yeah, give me some facts or something.
I'm giving you a very, very, very old study.
Maybe there are people out here that have not heard of this before.
I'm assuming a lot of people know what a Loch Ness Monster is, or a serpent of the sea, or a dragon of water. And one of the things is that this is looks like a hand sticking out of the water, like a swan hand, and it's been proven that it's been a hoax for all these years. What I do want to say is that they did a study, and I'm sorry I'm giving you such an old information, but in 2011 they predicted there are some 8.7 million species on Earth, and we've only have identified 1.6.
So how do they know?
Well,
that
that's what
there's
they're.
that many more?
So
If they don't know, how do they
well,
know?
in 2020, we've actually found new species of trees, monkeys, fruit bats. True. And those are mammals.
You know what? But not dragons.
Not the trees. Now, not dragons, but let me just say that how about this?
Okay.
Okay.
I just saw you messing with your mustache. What's the glue situation?
Keep going. Will.
Okay, so I want to say that if we're still identifying new species to this day, there could be a new species discovered in, like, say, the ocean, which has only been discovered 5% of it.
Agreed.
So now I'm not saying there could be a huge snake-like monster that's still alive.
I bet there is.
Or that could be maybe a prehistoric dinosaur still alive.
I'm agreeing with you, but in the ocean, not in a fucking lake.
Well, the ocean, the lake has channels out to the ocean.
Yeah, well, why is that sumbitch coming in there? Like
He
the
likes a certain food.
laying eggs or something? Why don't we see little babies?
Well,
And also, I think the goddamn thing, if it did exist, it died a long time ago. That's why there are no new sightings.
look at the anger.
Fight
I
me.
love this.
No, he's-
Jesus. I mean,
I feel like
no
everyone-
politics, but when it comes to serpents, I mean, he's going to bring me down.
I feel like everyone's extra feisty today. I don't know.
How about this, Jeff? Let's get you on your. What do you think? What's your take on serpents of the ocean, of the Loch Ness?
The Loch Ness Monster specifically?
Sure.
Sure. I mean, it's possible.
You're going Loch Ness and no
think
on
that-
ghosts?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm not saying it's there.
Wait a minute. Whoa.
What?
You're going yes on Loch Ness and no on Bigfoot. I just realized.
That's kind of
What
interesting.
I'm not saying yes on any of this.
Okay.
He doesn't even
He's
want to be
saying
a
it's
part of
just-
this.
I just
saying
said sure, like it's a
possible.
possibility.
Okay. I think we need to make a chart of where he's at on these things. I know you know where you're at,
a
Jeff.
Jeff chart.
Yeah, Jeff Chart.
But
You can
it's-
go pretty much no across the board.
Just 0%.
No, but sure.
Well, let me put it this way: there was about a 400-pound fish that we thought was extinct from the Cretacic period or whatever, and we
Yeah,
just recently
sure.
found that in 1960, still alive, and it was an enormous fish, and that was still, but that was in the ocean. You are correct. I'm saying there's possibilities, and it's very much so that can be discovered. That could be, I wouldn't say paranormal because it would be real. But there could be potential new animals living in the ocean that we don't know about.
Oh, yeah, for sure there are. Definitely there are.
I will stick with my sure.
But going back to the original thing that you said, if you went into the Loch Ness, you would definitely feel.
Oh,
like
I
it-
guess you would think about it.
You would not be comfortable. You're just sitting there, just swimming and having a good old time.
What about Champy?
Champy? Another one. I mean, I go to Lake Nacimiento and I cry every time I get off the boat and they have to go circle around to get me back on
Okay,
What are you talking
So
about?
here's
because I think there's demons underneath there. And
Stop. Wait a minute.
I don't think there's demons, but I do not feel comfortable sitting in a lake
So everyone has to take a little spin first and come back, and they're like, it's floating. You can get on.
But also,
I'm just
like,
kidding.
there's nothing in lakes here that will get you. So, okay.
Not like Florida.
Right. So when I jump into a lake
Says you.
and I smell the smell of the lake water, instantly I think I need to get out. There's an alligator.
Instantly.
Like that is my.
It's in my DNA.
But for you,
lake water, that smell,
Yes.
I instantly look for alligators.
It is me as well. So, but for you, you have none of that. Like you're born and raised in.
I think he's got some of it, even though he.
You don't. You know, I've seen some weird shit under the water, okay?
Oh, okay.
What?
Like
do you do
what?
scuba?
No, I don't do any of that.
Well, we
actually.
do.
Yeah, all right. Well, what have you seen?
I've seen like sharks and shit. We went. It's our anniversary, so on our 10-year anniversary, we went to the Bahamas and we did a open water feeding shark dive thing.
Mm-hmm.
Really fucking awesome.
fun.
We should post that video. That's a fucking insane video. This guy puts a shark to sleep in front of us, and we all touch it. He puts it above his head. It's this whole crazy fucking video. I think I've showed it to you.
So you
before.
can put a shark to sleep, but you don't believe in Nessie.
No, he didn't put the.
Yeah,
shark.
because I saw this. I saw sharks. I have videos of Courtney swimming side by side with sharks out in the wild, bud. That's what we do.
How do we know they were sharks?
Because they were.
Because I
sharks.
was looking at them and I
I
touched it.
Maybe other people consider them sea serpents.
Yeah, maybe they do, and that's why they're wrong.
Well, all I know is that Jeff doesn't believe in it, which is fine, and I don't believe in it.
Oh.
You don't believe in it. I don't believe in it. I just believe there's potential interesting things that you could see underneath the water that would be scary to see in real life.
Possibly once a long time ago there was something, but I don't think so.
I
Jeff?
will agree to the potential to see something under the water that might be scary. And
How
you can't
skeptic.
disagree with it.
So I
Yeah.
will say one time when I was diving, the sun went out. And like when you're underwater, the sun doesn't go out unless something really big just swam over
That's
you.
fucking right.
And
That's
that
scary.
was scary. And I just sat down. Well, not sat down, but I stayed where I was for a minute because the safety stop is the scariest thing when you're sitting out in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah, especially like there are days that we have a lot of dives under our belt. So there are certain days where I'm spearfishing or something,
Ugh.
and I go by myself. You just get that creep feeling something's watching you, and it could be a seal or whatever. But you are very clumsy down there compared to the animals.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Right.
you
For
definitely
sure.
get fucking spooked out on certain days, and then you just have to fucking sit there and float like a
Duck in the water.
duck in the what?
I thought you were going to talk about the time that was super creepy and you gave me the bag to hold. You're like, here, hold this bag.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to
With
talk
dead
about
fish.
bloody fish
paranormal.
bag.
Bloody fish bag.
Yeah, well,
that
we
was
were,
my job.
So this is okay. Yeah. So fuck. Paranormal. I have another ghost clip. It's really long. I think it's mostly dead air. I think that we just put it on our Facebook or
Yeah,
Instagram
we
or
don't need to
something.
do it on
There's,
here.
I mean, there's nothing moves in the fucking studio, but it is basically the extended clip from last week. After the knocking sound and you hear something squeak, then you can hear moaning and
I think it's
wind
moving
chimes.
something.
It sounds
I
like
don't know.
maybe something's being drugged. I don't know. We'll put that up. I don't think that we should play that here. But what I do think that we should play right here is a fucking Dwarves song because we're fired up, dude. Blag is coming in, and I think you're really gonna like this one. Did you have a song that you wanted to play, Courtney?
To save the ozone and the earth and all the creatures, sand and surf. This world is full of things to do, and yet it always come back to let's just get high and fuck some sluts. Do what we will, not what we must. Forever stuck in lust. So what? Let's just get high and fuck some sluts. A cure for cancer and for AIDS. To volunteer in fire brigades. Home for aged and infirm. How come we never ever learn? Let's just get high and fuck some sluts. Do what we will, not what we must. Forever stuck in lust. So what? Let's just get high and fuck some sluts. Alright.
Good, man. Hey, nice to meet you. Thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Yeah, dude. How's quarantine treating you? You cooped up?
Yeah, I'm having a time with it, trying to make some solo stuff, get some work done, you know.
Right. I've been seeing some of the live stream stuff that you're doing. How's that going overall?
Well, you know, the other day I got together with Nick Oliveri. That was fun, and we did a pretty fun live stream on his page there for Facebook. But yeah, I've been recording a solo record, like a kind of a country record that I've been making, and
nice.
And also some kind of comedy stuff, you know, stuff I've been working on for a long time. I never quite got around to it, so I figured now is the time.
So you've
That's
been
rad.
is this album more acoustically, like more acoustic, or more radio country, or what?
It has both of those elements. There's
Okay.
a couple sort of radio country songs, and then a couple more that I kind of did in my acoustic act, and then we fleshed it out with
Got
some countryish overtones, and then some stuff that's not very country at all. It's just more kind of humor,
Yeah.
almost kind of Broadway stuff. I don't know.
So how could we find it? How could we check it out? By the way.
Well, you know, it's going to be a while.
Oh,
right?
okay.
No, so is this going to be early Grace stuff, or is this going to be Blag stuff?
Yeah, no, it's going to be called Blag Dahlia.
Okay.
But maybe early Grace will do a guest appearance somewhere.
Dude, I listened to that full album this week. It was awesome. I've heard a couple tracks here and there, but I gave it a full listen, and man, it was pretty rad.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, there's a lot of good songs on there. I kind of forgot to do all those country vocal harmonies on that one. So it always strikes me as a little unfinished, that record. But it was sort of my first foray into more roots stuff. Yeah, from a long time ago. So
Right. Well, you're talking to a country guy here, and Courtney here. She had a bluegrass band for a long time, so it's always and Jeff too. He played in Courtney's bluegrass band.
Yeah, we like that.
So
Yeah.
we got kind of the punk country thing going a little bit too.
And did I hear that Wilson played on that with you? Wilson Gill?
sorry.
Did Wilson Gill play on that album with you? Is that accurate?
I recorded some of early Grace at his place, actually.
Okay.
He started covering my song Saturday Night as a country song, and I said, "Oh, I should do that." And then we I started doing that. But I just spoke to him recently. Yeah, he's down in Santa Barbara.
Where are you actually from? Where are you at right now?
Well, I'm in San Francisco. That's where I live. And,
okay, got it.
I come from like the suburbs of Chicago.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow.
That's cool, man. So you mentioned Nick a little bit from Moto Generator too. That he's the one he's playing guitar and you're singing on the live streams. Am I accurate in that?
Yeah. He's been bass player for the Dwarves for many, many years, and just an old friend of mine. Been in a lot of great bands, and so every once in a while we get together. And I was in Palm Springs recording, and so he's over in Joshua Tree, so it was just a little drive to get over there, and he had a whole setup going for live streams and stuff. So we had some fun, did a bunch of old Dwarves songs and talked shit.
Hell
And
yeah.
had a good time.
That's killer, dude. And what does he call that? Death Acoustic? Is that his
Yeah.
page or the band or what the heck is that?
Yeah, acoustic. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of Nick does his own Death Acoustic act, which is great.
Rex
but
Everything is his.
sometimes-
Oh, really?
Rex Everything. Yeah.
Yeah, Rex Everything. That's his dwarf name.
Wow.
We had Ian Taylor in here a couple weeks. He plays guitar for Adolescence now, but he used to play a Mondo Generator. So,
Sure, yeah.
yeah. Things come in full circle.
Yeah, he's great.
Did you have some questions, Court, that you wanted to throw out there?
Yeah, so I'm always curious when a musician has been a musician since like high school. And so I understand that the Dwarves' first iteration was your high school band for the pep rally. And then
Wow.
you guys got expelled for having the nudes there. So
Oh,
I'd love
wow.
to hear more about that story.
I think the first, I had a group called Suburban Nightmare. Or the first time we played in high school, the group was called Sexually Deprived Youth.
Oh man,
And
been
then,
there.
and then the next year we did Suburban Nightmare, which that was junior year and senior year. So yeah, I always had a band in high school, and I like the idea of, you know, young girls following me around like I was Charles Manson or something.
Wow, could have picked anybody, but you chose that. That's okay. I liked it. Okay.
And so you got models to be in the pep rally, right?
No, that was
Okay, because
the pep rally story is that when I was in 10th grade, my girlfriend actually stole a cheerleader's uniform.
Okay.
So she gave it to me because I had said, "Oh man, I'd run through the pep rally with one of those," you know, thinking nobody would get one. But my girl actually got the outfit. I was stuck and I had to do it, so I went running through the pep rally, and I had the outfit on. I had my hair all in, like, you know, the school colors, and I had fishnet stockings and Ray-Bans on, and I was just running through the pep rally. Yeah,
That's awesome.
But they didn't expel me. They were like, "Good spirit."
How did they know it was you?
So that was kind of funny, you know. It was pretty obvious it was me, you know. But yeah, I mean, you know, we always had a band in high school. It was years later when I started getting the naked women for the album covers that you know, sometimes we'd get banned from things or thrown out of things, or they wouldn't sell our records at the store because there was naked women on them, or because we said the word fuck in the titles.
Right.
You know, stuff like that.
Do you think it was worth it for it though?
Oh, absolutely.
Fuck
yes. Anything I got to cavort with naked women, I took it.
Well, I mean, you if you're in the store, whatever, in the store, like it's back in the day, but back in the day, you would see it and you're like, I'm taking that one.
Yeah.
Bloody naked chicks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
I'd like to think it sold a couple records. I don't know.
Yeah, for me, you definitely did to me.
Well, it's record stores no longer exist almost. I mean,
just vinyl kind of right now, like
Aniba went down.
Yeah, I mean that's right.
Oh, really? There's no more.
No more Aniba.
Yeah.
No more. Oh gosh,
That's really interesting. What, the one in Southern California, or
Southern-
all of them?
Southern is what I was told, because I know that it started out in Chicago. Or where did it start out? San Francisco.
I think it was
Started out in Berkeley, I think.
Yeah,
and then it
Berkeley.
went to San Francisco.
But the big one down in Los Angeles. Well, anyways, that was amazing. I loved it, and it gave us a chance to actually get some really good records. That is out.
Yeah, I know, man.
Wow, that's a terrible shame. It was a great store.
It is, but now vinyl's making a big comeback.
But now you just get it online, don't you? I
Yeah,
love
I just
going
order
like
it online.
flip, 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 flip. Oh, take it out, scratch, put it back in. You know.
Yeah.
Now you're just gonna get it online, and it's pristine. And it's like,
So Blag's been in music for 35 years now.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you've seen it all change. What do you think about how it is now, being that it is all digital and streaming and live streams like you're doing now? I mean, it's so much different than how, we all started.
Yeah, I mean, I have mixed feelings about it. I'm sort of glad that I came in when I did, and I was able to play live music, and I was able to, make cool records and kind of be around when you could only get stuff at record stores, and you had to kind of find it through your friends and stuff.
Sure.
I think that was a neat way to do it, because it kind of meant it meant a little more to us, I think. We would go to each other's houses and really listen to records. I don't think people really do that anymore. I think now it's kind of like content. You know?
Right.
Music is sort of content. So it's like, oh, I have my earphones in, I have my little plugs in, and I'm looking at my phone. And,
man, that's a weird way to think of it.
It doesn't really mean the same thing to people that I think it did. Although I think people still love music in their own way. It just kind of, I think that a little more emotional resonance the way that we used to get it,
Yeah, well, I think
it was before videos, so it wasn't just about the visual sell, it was just about the music.
Yeah, I really missed out on the whole video thing too. I didn't grow up in a household with any cable television, so MTV was just some weird curiosity to me, and I
Trip
I
out.
wasn't interested in it, and I just listened to records. You know, I didn't really even. I don't even think we made a video till the early '90s, and it was very just sort of chopped together. Or no, we made one actually in the. I take that back. Yeah, we made a video sort of, I think, 86, 87. It was very kind of gothy. It was neat, you know, but I never saw it get played anywhere, you know. It was that kind of thing. I mean, I don't know. I think videos have really worked for some people who largely are doing a visual thing.
Sure.
And I think the Dwarves had a cool visual thing and could have expanded in that world, but you know, it was
It's not punk rock.
I was too busy making music. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
So out of okay, so you've traveled the world, you know. The question I like to ask for musicians like you, what are like one or two like life lessons that you've learned from your travels? Because that is such a big teacher, you know, just traveling and being a part of other cultures and stuff.
That's a good question.
Well, you have to sort of appreciate things when they're happening, you know. I mean, you travel and then you take it for granted. You're always traveling, and now, you know,
Now you're stuck at home.
can't travel, and it's like, oh shit, wow, that was my life, you know,
Yeah.
traveling around and playing music for people, and then kind of understanding that especially if you come from America and you play rock and roll, you know, you're sort of a cultural ambassador, you know, you're bringing
Sure.
That's a good
bringing something that's unique from your culture to another place. You know, you don't always look at it that way when you're just kind of in the grind, you
Right.
know.
Right.
So,
Right.
I think unique is a light word for what you're bringing to the rest of the world, buddy. You guys are bringing it hard.
Right.
The he who and all that. But I want to jump back real quick before we move forward. So we were saying, you know, you got to go through and it's nostalgic, digging through the albums, waiting for your friends to tell you and stuff. But now I think one of the benefits is you have everything at your fingertips. If you hear something cool, you can immediately group text or whatever, however you want to do it, you know, and everyone has it right there. There's something really great about that too.
That's true.
Yeah, you got
yeah. I mean, I think, you know, the internet is what helped a band like mine to survive, because bands like mine used to just shut down. You know, after a while, you kind of made your bid to try and do something, and then nobody really heard about it, and then you kind of just had to crawl back in your hole, you know. And the internet sort of allowed it to be like, no, this was cool. There was a little bit of something there, and people get excited about it, and it's like, you know, then you sort of feel like it'll always live, you know. So,
Well, fuck, man. You guys are a great live show too, so that gets people out to the shows. Then they're going to be sold forever. I mean,
yeah, I'd like to think so. I mean, I think, you know, we sort of make the fans one show at a time, you know, and if you're good and you can impress people with live, it's surprising, you know, because there's not a lot of that now either. You know, there's a lot of kind of hype shit, and when you actually see it live, it's not.
oh, dude,
not
you guys, the first time I saw you, actually, my band opened for you guys about 3-4 times down here in Santa Barbara, Lavasa. But we played with you guys down in Billy's, and you guys wrecked the house. I mean, people were losing their minds. There's this amazing photo, and we'll put it up, and maybe I'll text it to you. This girl, she was out of her fucking mind all night. She's hammered, wearing a white dress. Her titties are out the whole time. She smelled like BO. She's fucking raging. She knew the words to all the songs. It's the best night of her fucking
That
life.
sounds like Santa Barbara to me.
There's this photo of her. She was up the stage. I call it stage, but it's like an ankle high stage. She's jumping backwards off of it into the crowd, getting crowd surf with her tits out. And Blag, you got your microphone right in her face, just letting her give it hell. It's a beautiful moment.
Yeah,
That was
I gotta see that.
I want to
Yeah,
see that
yeah,
too.
man.
We'll have to see that picture.
What is the craziest thing that's ever happened to you at a show?
Oh, I mean, I couldn't even
Jesus,
start.
Courtney.
I've played 1,000 shows, man. I mean, you know, everything. I got my dick sucked on stage. I got in fights. I got
Okay.
taken to the hospital. Put people in the hospital. I cops shut it down. I mean, just every conceivable thing, you know, rained out, lightning done, you know, fucking canceled, moved, you know, it just any conceivable thing has happened, you know.
That's yeah. This is fucking Blag Dahlia.
Well, I know
Courtney.
but that's
He's
why I was
seen
like,
it all, man.
he's seen it all. So like, you know, maybe there was one that popped out in your mind, like that's the craziest.
I'd like to think my best show is always the next one that's coming.
Oh, that's awesome.
Look at
That's
that.
well in the past too much.
I like it.
So here's something a little bit more Courtney Speed, I think.
What?
So you did a SpongeBob song.
Yes, that's right. Well, Saltpeter was the Saltpeter wrote a lot of the SpongeBob songs. He was an original dwarf, my good friend, and so the first season he had me sing. You know, they wanted something that sounded like Lux Interior, like the Cramps, and I can do that. You know, so I said sure, and I sang "Do the Sponge," which turned out to be a real SpongeBob classic. You know?
Wow.
It's so funny, man. I mean, I've been listening to your music for a long time, but knowing you were coming on, I looked up and I was like, SpongeBob? What the fuck? I had no idea. But it does make me, I do have another question, though, because you guys did start out with more of like a Cramps kind of style and whatever, and as the years gone on, I mean, you guys are hitting it heavier and harder. Was that on purpose, or is that just kind of going with the times, or how did that happen?
Oh boy, I mean, we were always kind of in the wrong time, you know. So when we started, we were like a 60s garage kind of band when nobody was very interested in that, you know, kind of 60s garage rockabilly. And there were you know, it was sort of the end of the hardcore era, and then in came the sort of alternative rock era, and we pretty much morphed into a hardcore band when nobody was very interested in that. And then we sort of, we put out a record around 97, 98, called The Dwarves Are Young and Good Looking. And that was kind of a pop punk record. So we were sort of in the right place at the right time at that time. Although there's sort of a lot of variety on there. And then by the time that record was over, I mean, by the end of the 90s, I was doing a lot of kind of drum sequencing and sampling and stuff that most people in punk rock were not interested in.
Right.
And so, yeah, I mean, we always tend to be doing something strange at some time, you know. We've kind of been a lot of different eras, you know.
You know, I do a segment on the show, Paranormal, and I just want to ask you if you believe in any kind of ghost. Not like there's more than one ghost, I guess. I don't know. But do you happen to believe in any ghost at chance?
Or has anything paranormal happened?
I mean, you've been around the world, seen things. I'm wondering if you saw anything.
Sort of a Scooby-Doo sense that you're asking the question.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. I just was curious if you believe in ghosts or not. That's all.
You know, I could be convinced if I saw one. But,
Okay.
All right.
Up until now, I don't believe I've been visited by them. But you know, I suppose all of the laws of the universe could be put on hold briefly for some miraculous event to happen.
Are you sure maybe it wasn't a ghost giving you a blowjob on stage? You were positive on that.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of synchronicity in life. Put it that way.
All right, I agree with you on that.
I don't know what to call it.
I agree with that. That's a really well way to put it.
Well, hey, I appreciate you taking the time to come and talk to us. I maybe not. Maybe you're just sitting there and we can keep going. But I'm just kidding. But before we go, I want to know. So you said you got some acoustic stuff happening. Is there anything new coming out with the Dwarves? Are you guys trying to work on stuff remotely, writing new songs that way, or?
Well, no, I'm making this solo record, so it'll be a Blag Dahlia record. That'll probably be the next thing that comes out, maybe within a year or so. And my book too, Highland Falls.
Shit!
Follow up to my last book.
Nice.
I like to write kind of dirty novels about nasty stuff, so that's looming, you know.
Nice.
I think over the next year or so.
Jed likes to read.
Very cool.
I do. I have a new reading chair, so I'll be checking it out for sure.
Yeah, it's a dirty book. It's fun. It's a one-handed read, you know. So check out thedwarves.com. There's all kinds of neat stuff there, and you know, just don't forget us. You know what I mean? The Dwarves rule.
Oh fuck
Absolutely.
no! Unforgettable fucking band. Well, thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you so much.
That's Blag Dahlia of the Dwarves. Go check him out on all this stuff. We're gonna post all the links for everything, so you can check out his Black
Thanks,
Grass
Blag.
album. We'll give you.
Yeah, put it up on our sites. We'll post it for you. You take it easy.
Cool. Thanks,
Hey,
man.
thank you very
Thanks
much.
for checking in, dude. We'll talk later.
Have a
See
good
ya.
night.
All right,
Bye-bye.
deuces. All right, that was Blag Dahlia, everyone. Thank you so much for coming in
That
and
was a good
talking to us.
interview.
Fuck
Yeah,
yeah,
that was
dude.
awesome.
That was fun.
We were very lucky to have him come in and talk to us.
Yes.
Quarantine. Hopefully, we can get other people since they're just sitting around.
Yeah.
I'm
And
looking
sorry,
forward to-
Jeff, we talked so much that
Yeah.
we didn't get your
We
questions in.
the Zoom thing was weird to where I couldn't see Jeff's beautiful face, so couldn't see when he had a question. We're gonna have to come up with a better formula because I feel really bad. Yeah, I've done this before.
Or you could just ask the question.
Thanks, Will.
You got it, bud. I want to look for his actual acoustic album or his country stuff.
Yeah, well, yeah, no, it should be really, really rad. I want to go back to Jeff's thing real quick though, before we jump forward. So I think that what we need to do is come up with more of a formula to where instead of I just start rambling and ask everything. I got to give you guys time. I got to tag you guys in. So maybe we should take notes,
Yeah.
motherfuckers. What do you think?
All right.
Will?
Yes, absolutely.
So, all right. So, yes, his acoustic stuff is really fucking funny. I watched the live stream. You can catch him on YouTube. Yeah, what were you going to say, Will?
I just was looking forward to hearing some of this acoustic or actually country
Yeah,
album coming out.
But
It will be the Black-
You need to look at the other one that. God, what is it called? Blackgrass.
Oh, Blackgrass. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
I'd
it's
like
already
to-
out. It's already out.
Oh, yeah. That's from like 95.
I'd like to look at that.
No, my notes from that have blown onto the floor since then. So, yeah.
They're right there.
I know, but that's so far down there.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go ahead and start wrapping this thing up. We had a movie pick last week, or a show pick that we proposed to Jeff, and I won, of course. Did you watch it? How much did you love it? Tell me all about it.
Oh.
All right.
Look at that face.
Well,
I don't like the way this is starting.
there's so many different jumping off points here. So I will, and I've given this some thought, and I've tried to erase it from my brain.
Fuck.
So, would you consider, is this a typical X-Files episode?
No. This is a very campy one. They will do a real silly one every now and again.
Okay, so without having any understanding of that, I was highly insulted that you thought of me when you saw this.
Okay.
Because all I just got was the campy. I'm like, how have people fucking been watching this show? This is so horrible. Like, my other question was, like, at what point did they jump the shark? Because this is well past. Okay, so that puts it in a whole different.
Oh, you were thinking this is like, what was that fucking show on CW for a long time? You know what I'm talking about.
I just
Supernatural.
thought it was the X-Files.
Yeah. No, they just do a campy one every now and again. You know, like.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it gets deep, bro.
No.
This one
doesn't.
didn't. So, creature from the Black Lagoon that turns into a person from time to time. The part that I did appreciate is that person liked to wear a seersucker suit. And we all know I'm a Southern gentleman, and I wear seersucker suits as well. So that part was nice. But other than that,
Otherwise known as
trash.
a dandy.
Probably won't be picking one of yours.
Heck yeah.
Oh, I think you
rest
missed
of
the
this
whole
year.
fucking theme of it,
Oh,
though.
the rest of this year, he said, Jeb.
Oh, well, you can go fuck yourself first off, and then second off, you missed the whole goddamn theme.
That's been suggested before.
Yes, it has. I wonder where I got
from
that
the
from.
entire state of Florida.
I wonder where I picked that thing up. Fuck, it made me lose my train of thought. No, so it's like the opposite of a werewolf. Like the monster gets bitten by a human and turns into a human and hates it and was like, why would anyone be a fucking human? I'd rather be a monster.
Oh, I'm not going to watch that either.
Yeah, I struggled with it. I probably should have read up a little bit on it. But okay. All right. Yeah, I just couldn't get past how campy it was. I'm like, even the background is so fake in a studio. How can people be a fan of this? But that makes a big difference.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was the whole point of it. Oh, well, you would have really hated the first one I had for you. Misfits and Monsters, Bobcat Goldthwait's series, where, like, there's, like, a, let's call it, like, a medieval times kind of thing, but it's with mermaids. but one of the mermaids is actually a real mermaid, and a guy falls in love with her and takes her on a date.
Whoa! Don't go ruining this for me.
I know.
Well, what the fuck? I don't know where your line is.
This one sounds interesting.
You got to be fucking kidding me.
Okay. So are we then now going to give you
Yes.
an option? Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm going last because I guess I really fucking blew it. And this week's I curated this just for you.
Okay.
Go ahead, Courtney.
Okay. I hope that you're not the person who told us to watch this in the beginning. Flinch. Have you ever seen Flinch?
No.
Flinch.
Yes.
Spell.
FLINCH.
Like you hear a loud
No.
noise and you flinch.
That's on Netflix, correct?
Yeah. Fuck yeah, it is.
Okay. I recommend you watch Flinch.
That was on my list for Jeff.
Oh.
Brief description.
It is a it's in another country, but it's you try not to flinch.
That was a lot of breathing just to say that. So they
But do I have to read?
No.
There's no reading.
Okay.
There's no reading.
You said other country.
They will stick you with a cattle prod. Don't flinch though.
Yeah, they do all these things to people.
Chickens on your face.
Oh, it's so funny.
Strap you to a board, dunk you in a water
it's
like
in
you're
like
fucking
Ireland or something, right?
It's because they can't do that legally around
They
here.
could not do that here.
So this is a game show?
Yes.
It is the cheesiest, worst like characters before it though. Really fucking bad, to where most people just tap out. But the quote unquote challenge, they're not challenges. They just get tortured. It is amazing. Yeah, they just electrocute the shit out of these people.
Okay, you're giving too much here. Like,
oh yeah, we weren't allowed to do synopsis.
Yeah,
I blew it. I sold it for you. I just
That's
sold
why-
your fucking thing.
that's why I was just trying to say one sentence, but whatever.
I got excited.
Okay, well, your turn.
The Bear.
The Bear.
It's about a bear.
Movie, TV show.
It is a movie, and I think you'd really like it.
From what? What? 80s?
Yeah. Let's go 80s.
Okay.
Oh
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so that's all we're allowed to give. I have to have a little bit of explanation behind it. It's super
No.
tiny. Yeah, super tiny. So the Wicker Man, hear me out.
Oh, boy.
The old one.
Oh.
So
I'm a fan of the Nick Cage one.
I know that you have the tattoo, and that was revealed last week. So I was like, what Nick Cage? Oh. And then I thought of old Wicker Man, because I know you've seen the new one, which is a fantastic movie. The old one.
Let's not
if
go
you
that
like
far.
good Nick Cage.
Right.
Bad Nick Cage.
So think about that. That was a remake. They made it better.
Yeah.
Supposedly, there's a lot more titties in the old one.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the thing. But dude, it's they changed the narrative a little bit.
Okay, you're going on and on and on.
I had to say things. They changed it a little bit, but it's great. That's my pick. That's my pick.
Okay.
I don't want to say too much. I'm sorry for saying that much. That was my.
I will look forward to checking one of these three out.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and start closing this up. But last week, there was a moment. Your favorite movie was.
Oh, yeah. My
Young
favorite.
Frankenstein.
Young Frankenstein. Thank you so much.
That's
Young
right.
Frank-
And then you started like going off on this Gene Wilder thing, right?
I did.
Yeah. So I want to hear you mimic some Gene Wilder for me.
There's no way. I can't do that. I don't know.
You're already doing it. You're already doing it right now. So, all right, here, just try. I'm gonna play a little clip, and then just let's hear you do it.
No matter how cruelly I beg you, do not open this door.
Oh, that's a really great song. I love it.
Okay.
No matter how I tell you, do not open this door.
I knew you were gonna be.
bad.
I knew you were gonna be good at this.
But then the best part is he gets in, and he turns around and sees Frankenstein and goes, "You're a handsome man." That's my favorite part.
Okay. Well, all right. So that was a little warm up. Here's a better one.
Oh,
it's
boy.
a little bit longer, but I think you're already gonna know it and you love it.
Give me that. Don't shoot. Don't shoot. You stupid, ignorant son of a bitch, dumb bastard. Jesus Christ, I've met some dumb bastards in my time, but you outdo them all. Get over there!
Just you want to hear it one more time?
No, I just because it's not gonna. I'll just. You goddamn stupid dumb son of a bitch bastard! I mean, don't shoot! I've seen some dumb stupid bastards before in my life, and I've never seen it so bad, bastard, stupid idiot! Get out!
Yes, yes. It's like he's in your body. And
Yeah,
some people
well-
don't believe in ghosts, but like, I think that you nailed it, dude.
No,
Oh,
I
my
really
God.
didn't. I don't know. But that was funny. That's a great movie, guys. That is a very good
Fucking
movie.
fantastic movies. All right, one last one, and then
Okay.
we'll go ahead and end.
All right.
Jesus Christ, I've met some dumb bastards in my...
That's not the one. That's the same thing we heard. Here we go.
If you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go where fashion sits?
Courtney, will you do the Frankenstein part,
Yes,
please?
No.
yes. If he has to do the beginning, you have to do the end.
No.
Yep, Jeff's right.
I don't even know what they say.
Jeff is 100% right. You want to hear it
see,
one more time?
No, Jeff just did it.
No?
You do it,
All right,
Jeff.
here we go. One more time.
No,
One more
I don't
time.
know.
You just
If you're
have to
blue
shriek.
and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go where fashion sits?
Jeb and I will do the two.
No. You should do that.
Everybody has a part.
Nah.
All right, 1,
And
2,
action.
3, 4.
Who's doing it?
You are.
Okay, do it again.
You want to hear it one more time?
No. I got it. I just didn't know. Okay, 4.
A 1, a 2, a 3, and a 4.
Where to go to, why don't you...
Okay, fuck.
All right,
that
that's
was
good,
enough.
that's
Well,
good.
you do a good Gene Wilder, man.
Hey, check out Floor is Lava.
No, that was going to be one for you.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
you
just
digging
read
it?
about it today.
You read about it or did you see it?
I just read about it.
Okay, I saw it. And I put it on
And?
my notes. I laughed hysterically. Like it's
Yeah.
it's one of those. Yeah.
I think
Uh,
Riley even
I have a
enjoyed
good
it.
feeling about it.
Yeah, Riley enjoyed it, but then when I was like, "Oh, you're laughing just as much as me." He's like, "I'm going to my room now."
Okay, before we end, I just want to show you guys I do have a new sample. I'm very excited
Oh,
to introduce.
jeez,
It
okay.
is going to be my new favorite toy. It is my new favorite toy already. Here we go.
Oh God!
I can listen to that a million fucking times. Let's turn that up a little bit.
No,
Here.
That's Courtney.
that's
we
what
go. Yeah, yeah.
started it. Oh God!
That's pretty good, Courtney.
That other bunch sound sucks compared to that. Oh God!
Well, you played that so freaking loud that oh God!
Oh, geez.
Yeah, go ahead and defend yourself.
No, it's just oh God!
Okay, fuck. Let's get out of here.
How did you capture that footage?
That was last week's episode when I premiered the punch sound. Courtney
Oh.
even
At
said,
full
"Oh,
volume? No.
God," because I
At
had it too
full
loud in the
volume?
headphones.
Yeah,
So-
that was when you were like ah my ears the whole time. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I thought it was amazing. Yes,
You're a good-looking man. You're a good-looking guy.
I'm a good making man.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, let's get out of here. All right, that was our show, everyone. We're Sounds Like Nonsense. Thanks for listening to us this week.
That was a good show.
It was really fun, man. Thank you, Blag, for tuning or calling in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Chris?
Yeah, and no, Chris is coming in next week.
Oh,
That's right.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah. So we're excited to hear from him and what he has to say. Jeff, what says you out in Raleigh?
Have a great week. Be good to each other. Do some reading.
Okay, Will?
Mine is give a hug because you never know when it might be your last. Honest.
Yeah.
A lot
Yeah,
of weird
man.
shit happened this week for me, so
Yeah.
give a hug when you can.
Yeah, talk to your loved ones when you can, man.
That's
Let them
true.
know.
That's true. We'll
Sport.
see you later.
All right, well, that was it.
That was a fun one.
Really fun, man.
That was a lot of fun.
We got maybe a Bigfoot episode coming up with all the bands, all the songs, everything being Bigfoot related. I'm really
That's
going
gonna
to
be a good one.
And then
I'm-
also something coming up is we're going to take a little bit of a break. So we're going to take all the bands and everything that we've got. Maybe we're going to do like a little listening party.
Oh.
Yeah, and that way while we're gone on vacation, we can play those and just
That's
have
cool.
really cool music episodes.
I love that.
anyways.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, happy Sunday,
Thank you
everyone.
very much, everybody. Have
Bye,
a good
Jeff.
one.
Bye.
All right. Bye. Deuces.